What's up, guys? It's Nigel here with Landers Toyota NWA. I wanted to go through a few things with you guys and show you guys a few things on how our allocation process works. There's a lot of different muddy water out there that different dealerships are doing. Here at Landers Toyota, we make everything as easy and uncomplicated as we can. We try to make the process as simple as possible. Really easy, step by step. Kind of just want to show you guys what it is that we do to get people on our allocation list, what we do as far as lottery, special units, different things like that. So anything Tundra, limited and above, there's a lottery list for. So specifically, if you want a limited, or if you want a platinum, or if you want a capstone, whatever one it is that you want, there's separate lists on lottery levels for each one of those, right? So if you wanted a capstone, there's a list for capstones only. If you wanted a TRD Pro, there's a list for TRD Pros only. Depending on what it was that you wanted, there's a list for each one of those specific vehicles. Sequoias are the same way. RAV4 hybrids are the same way, XSE and above. So XSE limited, different trims of that. Highlanders don't have one, so essentially if you want a Highlander Platinum or something of that nature, you would just have your sales rep keep an allocation folder for you, and they would find that for you. So what I'm going to do is walk through the process of how our allocation works, how that process works. Prius Prime, RAV4 Primes, different things like that have an allocation, a lottery list, but I could go through and show you or tell you and educate you on any of that you would need. Essentially what it is the first week, usually the first full week, and the third full week of the month, we get an allocation list. What Toyota sends us, they send us a pre-allocation list. It looks like this. Now, I don't know if this is backwards for you guys or if you guys can make that out. I might have to find a way to mirror that. But essentially, it's a list, and it says, what trims and what cars we have coming in. So Corolla Hybrid, Highlander Hybrid, different vehicles and different whatever it is, it'll tell me how many of them I'm getting. So like if we come here to, let's do the Camry because it's easy, right? The Camry. But if you go all the way across on the Camry, it shows that I'm getting 15 of them in my allocation. So this I get 2 days before I get my actual allocation list. Now what that does is it just tells me what I'm getting. So like I said, 15 Camrys. It doesn't say what color, it doesn't say what trim, it doesn't say what model, it doesn't say anything about it other than it's 15 Camrys. They could be 10 LEs and 5 SEs, it could be 5 XSEs and 10 SEs. It could be all mixed up. So on the day of allocation, the actual allocation, the true allocation, they send out another list. The other list that they send me will show a breakdown of what those are. So like I said again, I don't know if this is backwards, if you can make it out or not. If it is backwards, I'll see if I can find a way to mirror it. But, 4Runner SR5 Premiums, Camry LEs. On this next list, it'll say like Camry LEs and SEs. And then I've got like an XLE or an XSE. And then I've got an XSE V6. So these are all different vehicles that are coming in. This is what hits on the allocation. It'll tell me a date. See where it says status VPC estimated arrival, and it says 12:30. That means it's scheduled to hopefully be at the VPC by 12:30. That does not mean it's going to be there on 12:30. That means hopefully it's there by 12:30. But essentially, this is the list that we get. This is the list that we sell off of. So any of these cars on this list are still available. So nobody's put a deposit on these cars yet. So with this being said, if you wanted a specific breakdown of one of these cars, for instance, the XSE Camry that's on here, what they'll do is they'll print you a breakdown of what the car has, what options the car has, so you can look at it, and it says like panoramic sunroof, and it breaks down the price and cost and everything else of it, $1,360. So if you look at it, it'll say everything as far as, what all's on the vehicle, what all the vehicle has. And it'll say like the vehicle MSRP, and then underneath it, it'll say factory installed packages. It's $1,860. Underneath that, it'll say distributor installed packages, $867. And then we have the dealer installed packages, which is our appearance package that we put on every vehicle that we get brand new. It's a company policy. It's on every single new vehicle. It has that package on it. It's the only thing we add to our vehicles. We don't have an adjusted price. We don't have a market adjustment, nothing of that nature, just that one addendum. So if you wanted, if you wanted a Camry XSE, I would send you this sheet and say, this is the exact one I have. So in order to place a deposit to take that vehicle off the market, this is what I have to have. So I have a yellow folder, and I have several of these in my filing cabinet locked up with people's information and names waiting on specific vehicles. So I did my own ID and my own stuff just so you guys could see. I only did a front of my license. I didn't do a front and back. And I only did a front of my credit card or debit card. That way it doesn't have my number or anything on it, but that way you guys could at least see. Now what I would need is I need a front and back of each of those. So I would have a front and back of your debit card and your ID on file. You would fill out a non-refundable deposit slip. Now the reason we are taking these non-refundable deposit slips is when I take a deposit on a vehicle, I take that vehicle off the market for 32 salespeople that I have here. So it's not fair to another salesperson that has a potential buyer on that vehicle if I take it off the market for somebody that's wishy-washy and doesn't actually want the vehicle. So I try to make sure that it's a vehicle that you specifically want, that you specifically are, this is what you're asking for. You want an XSE Camry. You want I've got other things here like a RAV4 XLE. So this is a front wheel drive RAV4 XLE, non-premium, standard XLE, and I have several of those available right now. So what I do is I get all the information of what you want, and I go and I have it on a list. I get that non-refundable deposit slip filled out. And then I get this, an ID verification form. So this just states that you are who you say you are. You're not stealing anybody's identity. You're not a terrorist. You're not fraudulently using somebody else's name. Essentially, it's for the safety of you as a customer and consumer. We want to make sure that you're protected and that nobody's stealing your identity. So what I do is I get all this information that I need to place a deposit. When I get the right vehicle in my allocation, and I contact you before my allocation all the time, but when I get the right vehicle in my allocation that you want, I hand this directly over to my manager when they're doing the allocation list, because there's 32 salespeople, and most of them are at the tower at the same time, and they have these same folders for their customers. And they have their own customers that are looking for the XLE Premium Hybrid or whatever it is, and whoever says my customer first and hands it to them and they punch it in the system and refresh, that's whose name is on that car. So having a salesperson that's ready, right, has everything ready, everything prepared, and that knows what it is that you want, I can go and say, hey, I'm waiting on an XLE Hybrid Highlander all-wheel drive, has to be white. I can walk up, and whenever I get my 2 cars on my list, we're running through 2 cars at a time per salesperson. I'm usually the first person in line myself, but I'm right there, and I say, hey, there's like 2 cars, right? I have my people that I know are ready to buy right now. If I know you're open to any dark color, and I know that, my pre-allocation list says that I have 15 Camrys, and I know you're open to any dark color Camry XLE, you're probably going towards the front of my list, right? Depending on how long you've been waiting. If you've been waiting for 3-4 months, then I'm gonna start speaking up for you first, especially if I know like I had 1 hybrid Highlander on there. So the very first car I ask about is the hybrid Highlander, and the reason is I've got 4 people waiting on a hybrid Highlander, different colors, different trims. One person wants an XLE, one person wants a limited. So that's the very first thing I ask for, because I've got 4 people that potentially want that one. And then the Camry, like I know I've got 15 Camrys. So I try to play it like a game of chess, and whoever's been waiting the longest, whoever's waiting on more open vehicles that I know I've got an opportunity of getting, I'm trying to check those off the list, get as many people as I can, so that I have deposit information. I hand it to the manager and say, hey, Nigel Treat wants this one right here. Put his name on it. They mark his name on it. They hit sell. They say refresh. Everybody refreshes the system. They go on to the next customer or to the next salesperson. So it's an easy process I wanted to take the time to explain it, right? I know this is a little bit longer of a video, but as long as I have your information in-house and ready, and as long as I know exactly what you're looking for, I put you down in my planner, and I'm opening this backwards, but the back page of my planner, I put you down in my planner. My front page is full of people. And when I go through on my planner, I start checking people off that I've got deposits on already. And then I reprint every now and then and just re-follow up with every couple weeks or every week or so. I try to re-follow up with everybody on my list. You know, hey, Billy Bob, are you still interested in the XSE Camry? I've been watching for one. I just haven't happened to get one yet. But it's a tedious process, right? Like as long as there's a process in place, it's an easy process. It's just I have to have the information of what you want. We can sit down. You can come in, visit with me. My friend Jennifer will attest to that. We got her a Corolla Cross for her daughter, and she'll attest to. You come in, you sit down, we find out exactly what it is that you want. What colors are you open to? What trim levels are you open to? And I fight as hard as I can as a salesperson to get you that, right? I fight as hard as I can to get you what you want. So the main thing is the preparation of it. Let's bring you in. Let's show you, let me show you what all XLEs have as opposed to an LE. Let me show you what all an XLE Premium has as opposed to an XLE. Some people want a limited, but then whenever I show them a list of an XLE Premium and show them all the features that it has on it as well, some people are okay with an XLE Premium, right? They save $4,000 or $5,000 and they get all the functionality that they want, all the safety. If it has the right packages on it, they get the wireless CarPlay now. They get all kinds of stuff on them. So the main thing is the preparation. Come in, sit down with me. Let me spend 10 minutes with you. Let me find out exactly what it is that you want. If you haven't driven a RAV4, one of the newer trim levels, let me drive a RAV4 with you. Let me show you what they drive like. And I might not have a brand new one. I might have a pre-owned one, right? But at least let me get in it and show you. Let me show you what all it has. Let me show you all the features. If I have a new one here that's sold, but I can still at least show it to you. Let me break down everything and show you exactly what it is. Some people know exactly what they want, right? They've already done all the research. They already know that they want a Camry XSE V6, pano sunroof, white with a black top, would take black on black if they got it. Certain people know exactly what it is that they want. But if you don't know what it is that you want, let me make it easy for you, right? Come in, let me sit down with you, let me go over all this process with you, let me show you exactly what it takes to buy a brand new Toyota right now that's not just sitting out there. And I do have a few just sitting out there, right? Your base model stuff comes in pretty regularly and it's not sold. I've got a couple XLE Highlanders that are gas models out there right now. I've got a couple Tundras out there right now that are SR5s with TSS packages, TRD off-road packages, different things like that. Some of your base model stuff, it's just simple. Comes in and it just sits here, and we get a lot of it, so it's easier for it to come in and us not have it pre-sold. But Toyota's vamping up their production and we're starting to get a lot more stuff. If you're looking for something special though, if you're looking for something specific, come in, sit down with me, let me go over everything with you, let me show you exactly how it is I can find what it is that you're looking for, and we'll get your name on something, we'll get a deposit on something, and I'll do everything I can to help you with your process of buying a brand new Toyota. It's an easy process. It's simple. People just need to be able to explain it a little bit easier. And people that are organized, people that have everything in-house and ready and organized, and I know exactly what it is that my customer wants, it's easier for me to obtain that vehicle for you than, Joey Bob over here that's not prepared. He doesn't have all the information. He doesn't know what his customer wants. Well, he said something about maybe an XLE. Let me call him. By the time Joey Bob calls his customer, I've already got your name on something. I've got a deposit. So big joke for a long time around here was, all the stuff that was, nicer stuff that was sold. It was, oh yeah, Nigel's customer already put a deposit on that one. And all the salespeople would, oh yeah, great, fantastic. Of course Nigel does. But it's a process, right? Follow a process. Find something, simplify it, make it easy for your customers. You guys are who I fight for more than anything in the world. You guys mean the world to me. I'll do everything I can to find something for you. So this is a drawn out video. This is every explanation of it. I'm about to shoot another video. I'm going to do a very short explanation of it, kind of just pinpoint exactly what it is. And I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to do a little bit longer video and break down exactly what the process is. That way, for the people that, you know, need some explanation and need some guidance, I'm here to help you out. 479-306-1264. You can hashtag Nigel Sells Cars on any form of social media. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can find me everywhere out there, TikTok. So if you have any questions, any concerns, need anything at all, call me, message me, contact me today. Let me do everything I can to help you, because that's my job, right? My job's to help you. So I want to help you obtain a new vehicle and make it an easy process for you. So God bless you guys. I love you guys. If you guys need anything at all, you guys know how to get a hold of me. That's it. Thank you.